Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. This week, our theme is the future of AI in business. So, if you aren't already on the AI bandwagon, it's time to get on. Because do you remember when the original cell phone came out? It was a big bag phone, and they had the brick phone and all these big, weird, funky things. And then there was flip phones, which actually I still have and are making a comeback again, but in a different way. Um, the Blackberries and all these things. The evolution of the cell phone, it's the same thing with AI. AI is evolving. Now, a few years ago, I actually had one of my business consultants tell me, don't do that AI thing. It's just a fad. It's going to go away. Now, being a techie, lifelong techie, I said, yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to that advice. And I'm going to jump on the AI bandwagon because I can see the future from here. I can see where it's going. So I jumped right in, like at the very early onset of when it started, hitting ground zero, when, the marketing for ChatGPT started getting really hot and heavy, and people started, everybody was a big fad. Everybody was using AI, right? And then all these other things came out, and stuff like Suno to make songs, and Sora came out for videos, and all these different things popped into mainstream. And things like Leonardo and all the image creators and all of the different things that were out there, they all started popping up, and it started snowballing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's still on that upward trend. We haven't hit the top of the AI mountain yet. It is still evolving. Every day they're finding new ways to incorporate AI into business, into life, into humans. They're doing surgeries now with AI technology. They're identifying cancers now solely based on AI technology. AI is a good thing. So if you're on the AI bandwagon, great. This Tips and Tricks Tuesday might be a little bit boring for you, or it might not, depending on what tools you're using. Today, I actually want to talk to those folks who haven't quite jumped onto the AI bandwagon yet. They're like, I keep seeing it, and they're going, there's so much stuff out there. I don't know where to start. I'm so confused. I would love to add some AI into my business because it seems like that's the way things are going, but I don't even know where to start. This is where I'm going to help you today. I'm going to give you 3 specific tools to use that all are either AI or they utilize AI in their app to help them. And there are 3 main things that you need for your business. Now, the first one is a calendar app. If you have a service-based business and you're booking clients, then you need a calendar app. Now, all of the main calendar apps for places like spas and that kind of things, like Moments and all those different types of apps are already having AI built into them to help them. If you're a general consultant, general coach, maybe you don't have a calendar yet, or maybe you're just starting out and you're like, well, I don't know what calendar you use. My recommendation for today is Calendly. So it's C-A-L, C-A-L-E-N-D-L-Y, I believe. Calendly.com is a scheduling tool that has a free version. So you can create one calendar in the free version to try it out. So if you haven't quite got there yet, great place to start. Now, the paid version obviously you can do more calendars, you can do more stuff, just like with every other paid version. But the free version utilizes AI technology. So even the paid version and the unpaid versions of the tools that I'm telling you about utilize AI. So for Calendly, it utilizes AI to do smarter scheduling. So it uses AI for workflow automation, for reminders. There are assistants. There are all kinds of different things that You could create custom workflows, different things that you can set up to make your life easier. And again, the free version of Calendly lets you create one calendar, and you can do all the stuff with it. You can utilize the AI in it to do what you need to do. So that's the first one, is Calendly. It's like jumping into AI without jumping into AI, right? Because it's not a blast of an AI tool. Which brings me to number 2, ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT was the go-to tool. I'm also going to mention Gemini. Gemini is Google's AI. It started out, the beta version of it was called Bard. So way back when, I was one of the beta testers on Bard because I was into it. And I can tell you right now, what they had in Bard and what they have in Gemini today, night and day, completely different. We're talking, they have made so many changes, and they have leapfrogged over some of the most popular apps that are out there. So depending on what you're doing, this tool is for ideas, for content creation. When you think about all the stuff you need to do with your business, you got to book those clients, right? You have to get them to you first. How do you do that? You do that with your marketing. So you might say, give me some blog ideas, 5 blog ideas for coaches and consultants who are looking to attract clients. And it will give you some ideas. You have to attract the people in to get them scheduled, right? Maybe I should have switched them around. But ChatGPT does so much more than that. And again, try them back and forth, ChatGPT or Gemini, because you could put the same thing in one and the other, and you get 2 completely different answers. Gemini right now is starting to become my go-to. However, my ChatGPT knows me very, very well because I've used it for so long, and its memory knows everything about me. So I can go into ChatGPT and I can ask it something and say, do you remember? And it'll come back and say, oh, I remember all of that stuff because it retained it. That's on the paid version. The free version does not retain the memory. However, Gemini and ChatGPT both have free versions. Play around with both of them and decide which one works best for your purposes. One may work better than the other, depending on what it is that you do. You have a unique business. You have a unique way of doing things. You have a unique style. You have a unique audience. So depending on all of those factors, it may be Gemini's better. It may be ChatGPT is better. It may be something else is better. The point for this one is that you need some kind of a content creation tool, some kind of a helper, so that you can actually attract those clients in so that you can then book them on your new Calendly app. Now, I don't know about you, but I write a lot of emails. I also write a lot of blogs and articles and that kind of thing. One of the other tools that I use is my number 3, which is Grammarly. Now, again, if you're deep into AI at this point, you're going, wow, these are all basic tools. And yet still people are totally underutilizing them. So Grammarly is a great tool to have because Grammarly doesn't just check your grammar. It doesn't just check your spelling. It actually offers suggestions using AI to correct your sentences, to make it sound more effective, make it sound more compelling. Maybe you're creating a sales letter and you wrote a sales letter and you said, okay, well, I'm going to use ChatGPT and I created the sales letter and it sounds pretty good. And then you go to put it into maybe a Word doc or you go to put it in your email and you've got Grammarly running in the background. It's an app. It's going to run in the background and it's going to pop up and it's going to highlight pieces of sentences because it knows, you know what, we could actually say this better. And it will give you suggestions that the other AI tool didn't to actually help you be more effective, more compelling, more persuasive, whatever it is that you're writing. It will help you be clearer for your audience. So Grammarly is my number 3 AI-based tool to start using in your business. So if you haven't used AI, don't be lulled into this idea that it's going away, because it's not. It is already ingrained in our lives and in everything that we do. If you use Alexa, if you have an Aura ring, you have any kind of food, maybe a food tracker app that you're using. Literally, AI is integrated into everything that we use nowadays. And if it isn't, it will be soon. So it's time for you to start stepping in and stepping up with AI. Here's the biggest tip I can give you. Yes, the future of AI is now. 2026 is going to be a huge year. Just like this year, where AI was just, it seemed like all over the place. It's still all over the place. Like I said, we're going up the hill. Do not get bogged down trying to figure out the next new tool. Stop and think about your business. What do you need to get done? What tasks do you need done? And what specific AI tools are the best for that? Stick with those tools. Don't start flip-flopping tool after tool after tool just because the next shiny, bright AI object came out. That's going to drive you insane. Stick with what you've got. And then once you've got things going, sure, then you can go out and say, okay, well, this new tool came out and this one's actually doing it a little bit better than my old one. So I'm going to switch over. As an ex-tech, or once a techie, always a techie, I can tell you right now, it's just like changing your operating system. Do you ever, whether you have a Mac or you have a PC, do you ever go from one operating system to another? And we'll use PC for an example. So, Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows ME. I've been through all of that. I've been in tech for years. Think about all of those iterations. And now, we're on Windows 11. If you have a Windows 10 computer, you probably have an upgrade if you haven't noticed it. That's the way AI is working. And if you haven't noticed, it can be painful to switch from one to the other, especially if you have everything in it, which is why you don't want to, because you don't want to and you don't need to. So stick with what you know and find the specific tool that works best for the task. If it happens to be that the tool changes or a new tool comes out that does it better, great. Create an implementation plan to move over to the new tool. Don't just jump from one to the other. That's where the chaos comes in. That's where everything starts going crazy because you don't know what you're doing. New tool, new things to learn. All of a sudden, everything gets crazy, right? Focus, put the blinders on, put your AI blinders on, and pick some tools to start with. Now, again, if you haven't used AI at all and you're starting a business, Calendly, ChatGPT, or Gemini, and Grammarly. 3 tools, all have free versions, so you can try them out. If they work for you and they take care of the task at hand, that's when you decide to upgrade and you purchase one of the plans. And then you have them in your business. And then you go from there. So that's what I've got for you this week on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. AI is now. The future is now for AI. So if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, now is the time. If you are on the bandwagon, your time is to get focused. 2026 is all about getting focused and not going crazy every time a new shiny tool comes out. We'll see you next time on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.